Hi, it's Maureen, and I wanted to invite you to Voice, Visibility, and Value. It's a 21-day gift that I've created. It is where we stand up, speak up, and live up to our full potential. The reason that I created this was to honor my mom, who passed away on May 1st many years ago. So the program starts on May 1st, and then it ends on May 21st, which is the day after my birthday. So I was just guided to create something to celebrate my mom's life and to celebrate my life. And the thing that came to me was voice, visibility, and value, which is funny because as a little kid, I was super shy. Like, I was in my own little world and I liked it that way. I didn't know it then or even for a very long time, but I was actually more of an introvert than an extrovert. And I remember at kindergarten, I was the letter A in the graduation show. When the curtains opened and I saw everyone out there looking at me, I froze. I just completely froze, and I got so fearful, and I couldn't find my voice. And the little kid who was playing letter B was like, come on. And I was like, okay, and I said whatever it was I was supposed to say, or maybe I didn't, I don't even remember. I don't remember any of it. I just know that I froze. And after the show, all the kids got gathered around Mrs. Miller, our kindergarten teacher, and she was like, you were all so wonderful. And all the other kids were like, Maureen wasn't. And I was devastated. And Mrs. Miller, who was basically a walking angel, said, well, you know, at the next show, Maureen's going to be much better. And she gave me this knowing look. And I was like, yeah, that's right. I'm going to be much. I had no idea how I was supposed to be better. I had no tools and I was scared to death. So the next day, the curtains open and the whole audience is there, and I freeze up again. And it's the same, it's like Groundhog's Day. It's like the little kid next to me is like, you know, get on with it. So I think my mom recognized that I was, number one, a daydreamer, and number two, like, I was a bit shy. And so one day, when I was about 6 or 7, she walked me out to the front yard. She tied a rope around my chest, and she brought me to the sidewalk. She took the other end of the rope and she went to our backyard, and she tied the other end of the rope to our clothesline. She gave this rope just enough room so that I could get to the sidewalk and not past it. And then she came back to me and she said, Maureen, you're the greeter. You greet people. No, it was like learning how to find your voice by being tossed into the ocean. So here I am on the sidewalk, and the mailman's going by, and the milkman, and, you know, a million people are walking down our street because we live up the street from the church. And I learned slowly but surely to find my voice, to make time with the milkman and converse with the mailman and get to know all of those church people making their way down to our church. And then life happened, as it does for a lot of us, where our voices get trampled and things happen that cause us to shut down. I went through a period where I was not in command of my truth and my authenticity and my transparency. I had some of those bad habits, like exaggerating and lying and sugarcoating and gossiping, that can really end you up in neighborhoods you don't want to be in. I finally ended up in a really great classroom that's called the 12 Steps. And there they taught us about rigorous honesty. And in those smoky basements, I began to find my voice again. And every time I was asked to share, I would just start crying. It was like my pipes were so rusty that I didn't even know what was my truth. And it took me a really long time to find my way back to transparency. And so, working with so many other women, specifically women, I don't know why. I mean, even with this program, 97% of the people that signed up are women. And there's about 100 of us that are going to be taking this course for 21 days. I've worked with so many women who have the same experience, where they are afraid of their own voice, where they don't feel comfortable with their truth, where they overthink, where they have sharing remorse, where when they say something, they, you know, get scared about what people will think of them. And it's been really lovely to help people to find their voice, own their story, I work with a lot of writers. I work with some exceptional writers and some exceptional storytellers. But I wanted to make this available to everyone. I wanted to do this beautiful offering for 21 days where we would work together to help you find your voice, your visibility, and value yourself and include yourself in the equation of your life. I'm excited about this. I'm so glad that you signed up. We're kicking it off May 1st, and in the meantime, you can maybe invite a friend or two to take the trip with you if you like. It's free. And I look forward to radical healings and revealings for our optimal potential. It's time, right? And it's definitely time. I'll see you on May 1st. Namaste.